Okay, we're going to record. Welcome to our team call tonight, everybody. Thank you for getting on. I know your time is valuable. I know you've got a busy day, probably working, family, kids, everything. So I appreciate you jumping on with me. I think tonight is going to be very, very helpful for you guys. And I've put some time into really kind of talking to some newer coaches, and the past 48 hours I've done these power 30 minutes that have lasted more like an hour, but it's given me an opportunity to work with you guys and actually like sit down and do the power 30 and message people and figure out what you're actually sending and how you're messaging, how you're inviting, how you're following up. And it reminded me of something that I used to do when I was a brand new coach. And it's probably something that a lot of you guys are doing, and it doesn't work. And so if you're sending out all these messages and all these invites and you're not getting any responses, it's very well possible that you could be guilty of this too. And so we are going to talk about what it is and also how to correct it. But before we do that, I want to give you guys a couple reminders. First thing is that don't forget on Monday, I think it's October 12th, so this Monday coming up, we are doing a coach open house or a 5-day sneak peek into coaching, and I am running it. And my goal is that we have 50 people in this group, 50. And I've kind of revamped the whole sneak peek group. And my hope is that all of those challengers that you guys have had, or if there's people in your life that have done the programs and you just think that they would be awesome coaches. They post a lot in the challenge groups. They've had good results. They're positive people. Maybe they want something more. They don't like their job, or they need more income. And you just feel inside that you would love for them to be on your team. You would love to work with them. You just feel like they get this. I want you to invite them. I want you to invite them and let me, along with you guys, kind of run this sneak peek group. So it's going to be Monday through Friday of next week. The group will open up on Sunday. I'll open it. So, and I'll post something on the team page so you guys can all add your people. But what I would do is make a list of all your past challengers, people who you just think would be awesome coaches, and go to them and invite them and be like, hey, I want to invite you to this because I think you would be an amazing coach because, and tell them why. You know, I used to be someone who just like anyone, I want any coach that would be on my team. I would, want them to be on my team. But the truth is you want to work with people that you like. And the good thing is you get to decide who you're going to work with. You get to decide who you're going to build your amazing team with, who you're going to start taking trips with, and you're going to start seeing them on vacations when you start earning trips and going to Summit and Edge and our team event and things like that. They're going to be girls that are going to be your friends. They're going to run with you, and you guys are going to share your dreams and your goals together. And so think about everybody in your life, your past challengers, everybody, and then have a conversation. Tell them why you're inviting them. No pressure. They don't have to do it. The only requirements are that they check into the group once a day to just kind of see what coaching is all about. So make your list and get people invited and get a confirmation. And remember, our goal is 50. So if you get 5 girls in there, let me talk to them about what coaching is. Let me share the details of coaching. And then hopefully they will think, yeah, I could totally do this. It sounds amazing. And then you'll start building your teams. And it's an awesome feeling to just build your team and have girls that you love that become your best friends, and you run together. So that's the first announcement, is the open house begins next week. So, okay. Second announcement is Hammer and Chisel is coming out in December. This is going to be a big program, you guys, because autumn is hot right now. Body Beast is hot right now. Just the whole concept of the color coordinated, containers, and that's the food guide and weightlifting and everything. This program is going to be huge, huge. Now you can either miss the boat or you can be on the boat. And I hope that you're on the boat, and you've got to be putting in the work right now, building relationships with people, bringing this up to them. I think it would be absolutely awesome to do maybe like a husband wife or like a couple challenge. Maybe, you get people ready to go and ordered in December and you kick it off in January, and that's how you kick off your year. I don't know. Maybe you want to do something that it begins in December. Why wait till January? That's when you could start your second month. Think about what you want to do and your excitement for this program, the hype and the urgency and the work that you put in October and November. You could have, this could launch your business forward in a way that's going to be insane, especially launching into the new year. But it's up to you. You have to put the work in. Become familiar with Hammer and Chisel. Search the hashtag. When I see coaches that have had results, I will share their success stories on our team page. Share them, and really think about a challenge, give it a theme, think about how you're going to present this, and then get like talking to people and start putting it out there, because it will be an awesome program. And I suggest that you guys get it when it comes out and commit to it in December. You could put a whole 30 days in December of like being on track with that program. People will be watching you. So then when January comes, you're going to have all those people that are going to be ready and looking for a program. And all of December, they watched you kind of stay committed and transform over the month. And then they'll be coming to you in January for New Year's. So definitely that's something that you guys want to think about. Okay, so that's the second announcement. Third announcement is Success Club by the 15th. So all the diamonds on this team, we are all striving for either Success Club 5 or Success Club 10 by the 15th. We got to raise the bar, you guys. I want to say congrats to everyone that hit Success Club in September. That's amazing. And if you didn't hit Success Club, you got to get on it. You got to make that a non-negotiable if you're somebody who is taking this business seriously and this is a business to you. Now, if this is just a hobby and it's like a fun thing to do, then don't worry about Success Club. But if you're on this call, I'm going to assume that you want this to be a business. Then Success Club needs to be non-negotiable. It's not something you put off to the last week of the month and you think you're going to find 3 people. You're not. It's not something you put off all month. It requires consistency. It requires, personal development, you drinking Shakeology, doing your workouts, and inviting every single day consistently, in order to hit Success Club. But it needs to be non-negotiable for your business, for sure. No questions asked. So make sure, and if you guys want to be involved in the Success Club by the 15th group, it's pretty much all the leaders and everyone diamonds. And even if they're not diamonds, but they're taking this business seriously, they have committed to leading by example along with myself. And we are going to do a post and we're going to start recognizing people who hit Success Club by the 15th instead of the stinking last day of the month. That is just way too stressful for people. So make that your goal if you want to be a part of the go-getters on this team. All right. So we are talking GoPro today. I want to share with you guys. This is the GoPro book by Eric Worre. Can you all see this? Hold on, I can't. Oh yeah, okay. I wasn't seeing myself. This is GoPro by Eric Worre. It's a book. It's $12. You can get it on Amazon. You can order it online anywhere. If you don't have this book yet, you need to get it. Like, you need to get it and you need to read it. It's a very easy read. I mean, for me, like, I have highlighted, like, this book when I first began was my Bible, because it gives you the skills on how to talk to people, how to invite people, how to follow up with people. Every single one of us on this call, we are not in sales by like degree or whatever profession. And I'm willing to bet majority of us are not network marketers. I mean, and I know there's like a lot of negative feeling around network marketing, whatever. It's actually a really awesome profession. And that's what we are. Like, we're in a network marketing business. And so we have to learn about it. It isn't just about Beachbody stuff. If you really want to take your business and your skills to the next level, then you have to go pro. And there's certain ways that, and tips and techniques in this book. So if you don't have it yet, get it. Another thing is I ordered the GoPro kit. Now you don't have to. Honestly, this was like $200, and all of the DVDs and the audio CDs that were in this, they're all on YouTube anyways. So, but it is really good. There's some people in here, if you're interested in hearing from more professionals who are in the network marketing business, I can share with you like 3 or 4 people who blew my mind. And I've shared with you guys, I know on our way back from Summit, we listened to Holton Buggs, Buggs. If you guys search him on YouTube, he did like an hour-and-a-half talk at this GoPro thing, and I have the video, but it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It'll blow your mind. So we need to start going pro. All right, so I am going to screen share. Hold on one sec. Let me bring all of this up here. Okay. Let me find my Zoom here. Okay, so let me screen share. I think it's this one. Okay, can you guys see my screen? I can see Karen right now. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay, awesome. All right, so we're going to be talking about inviting and following up today because we are all going to go pro. And one of the things that I realized when I was working with you guys, especially today, it was just one person that jumped on with me. And so we had about 45 minutes to just talk. And I really, she's been consistent with inviting. And so we started talking and I realized that she's just way too wordy. She puts way too much detail. And I know it's because you're excited. I know it's because you just want them to know everything. I know because I did it. But you're just, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I had her send me some of her invites, and I'm going to share them with you guys. And I really want you to think about it yourself. Is this you? Are you providing too much detail? Are you too wordy? And also, if you do have a team, this is something that you're going to want to share with them as well. All right. So let's see. Okay. So here is a quote from the book. Decide to do it right and treat it like a profession. If you go pro, this business is great. If you stay a poser or an amateur, you're going to be miserable. And in the book, he talks about there's 3 types of people in network marketer. There's the poser. That's just the person who gets in, never really does anything with the business, just wants like a big break or whatever. And, they're just like a joke. The amateur is someone, maybe you've built emerald, or maybe you've even hit diamond and then your rank dropped quickly. And so you've never actually learned the skills of this business. You know the potential, you know the opportunity, and you've had some success early on, but it wasn't sustained and you're not growing. And I was an amateur, and I kind of still teeter, to be honest. I'll be very honest with you guys, between amateur and pro. Like sometimes I don't know what happens to me. I forget stuff that I've learned or something. I don't know. It's crazy. But so anyway, so a lot of times, you yourself, you may be an amateur. And then there's the pros. And once you can get to that level and you understand this business, it becomes fun and you start to have success. And honestly, people on your team start to have amazing success as well. And that's an awesome feeling, truly. All right. So I asked somebody on our team who was, telling me, yeah, I invite people all the time and blah, blah, blah. I said, send me what your invite is. Like if you're doing a cold market, now these are cold markets. So this is somebody who maybe you found on Facebook, who's not a family or friend, doesn't know you. And this is what she sends them. Hey, have you heard about 21 Day Fix program before? I've been doing it since beginning of year. My last challenger lost 16 pounds in 21 days. Challenge pack. Blah, 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 accountability, blah, 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 amazing specials going on. If it seems like something you'd be interested in, I'd love to send you more detailed information. Okay, that's a lot. Like if you get this in your inbox, when she sent it to me in my inbox, I didn't even read all of it. And I'm just being honest with you. Like I didn't even read it. I mean, even now, I didn't even read it all because it's so long and so much. And it's very detailed and it's all great information. But it's too much. And when you give too much information and you vomit these details, honestly, people probably don't even read the whole thing. It feels salesy, and they just don't even read the whole thing. And I'm sure if you guys have ever gotten invites or messages like this in your inbox, your eyes probably scan it. Our attention span is like 5 seconds. So when you send these invites, you need it to be where they can look at it and read the whole thing. It's easy, it's quick, and it's to the point. So I want you to really think about, what are your invites like? Are they like this, with a lot of jam-packed great information, but it's too much? And if you're not getting a lot of responses back, chances are it's because they're not even reading these invites, because they're just too much. So this is my invite. This is my script. Literally, and this is it. It's 3 sentences, and I have it broken up like this. Hey, I wanted to see if you'd be interested in joining my October group. No pressure either way, but I thought I'd invite you. Let me know if you'd want more details. Boom, that's it. When this comes up in their message, they can literally look at this and their eyes can read it in like 3 seconds, 5 seconds. And I've found that, by saying, I wanted to see if you'd be interested, it's not saying, do you want to? No, I just want to see if you'd be interested in joining my October group. Then I give them an out. No pressure either way, but I thought I'd invite you. And then I say, let me know if you'd want more details. I don't say, let me know if you want to do it. Just let me know if you want more details. 3 sentences broken up so it's not in a paragraph. Boom, that's it. That is literally my script for my invites. Now, so if you were on the calls with me yesterday and today, this is how I find my people to invite. I will go back over the past 2 days of my posts, and that's why posting really good content and content that adds value is really important, you guys. And that can be a call for another time, but I'll go back over my posts from the past 2 days, and I take my pen and paper and I make a list of 1 through 10. Literally, I do this. So I'll write 1 and then 1 period, then 2 period, and this is me. I just do this. And I list it all the way to 10. And then I go back and I look at who's liked or commented on my stuff over the past 2 days. And I make my list of 10. And that's where I get my 10 girls, right? And so I go through my posts, I find who's liked or commented, create my list of 10, and then I go into my message, and boom, I'm just copying and pasting and sending out these invites to 10 people. It literally takes me 2 to 3 minutes to do these 10 invites. Now, I mean, we probably do need to have a call about posting and doing a good job of putting up content that adds value. But that's how I do it, okay? Now, I don't know how you have your list. I don't know where you draw your list from. I don't know where you're generating your people's names on your list. This is how I do my invite list. And then what I do is I keep track of who I'm inviting. And I use something like Google Drive. And so sometimes I might go into my Google Drive and I'll look, okay, who did I invite last month in August or in September? And then I might go to their page and pay attention to them and stuff. And so then I know that, in 2 or 3 days, I'm going to invite them. So that's kind of how I'm doing my invite. I keep a list of my people who I'm inviting, who I'm adding on Facebook. But when I sit down to do my list of 10, I'll grab 10 names from my people over the past 2 days that have liked or commented. Okay, I want to stop. Does anyone have any questions about what I've just said, about where I'm grabbing, how I'm grabbing my people? So I do work off a list, but I will literally write 1 through 10, and I'll go to my past things, and then this is it. Okay, also can anybody in the chat share, do you guys think you're too wordy for the most part, or are your invites pretty easy to read and to the point and short? Put in, I'm interested to see if you guys feel like this might be a problem, because I know that the people I've talked to, they were just too wordy. Okay, so I can't see the chat right now, so I'll have to check the chat in a minute. But okay, we're going to move on. Oh, hold on, more. I think I see the chat. Yeah. Okay, short. Okay, Carrie says short. Okay, Hope says too wordy. Yeah, Faith says, okay, guilty. Okay, Elena's short, only a little wordy. Victoria, you're only a little wordy. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, I mean, and if you like Carrie, we've talked before and all that. So, and listen, if you have new coaches on your team and they're inviting people and you haven't seen what their invites are, do not assume they know what to say. And I would just assume they're being too wordy. I would assume that they're vomiting too much details out of excitement and stuff. And you better ask them to screenshot their invites and send them to you so you can help them, because most new coaches or even seasoned coaches, until they really learn this Go Pro stuff or learn it from their upline, they're going to be too wordy. All right, so let's talk about follow-ups. Less is more. Do not vomit details. People don't care. Keep it short, easy to read, and always end with a question. Okay, so somebody says, I might be interested. Tell me more. Okay, so then some people, they're going to, when they hear tell me more, then they're going to vomit the details and tell them ingredients of Shakeology and prices and every color coordinated container and the food you can put in there and blah, 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 and just vomit details. When I get this, you guys, I might be interested. Tell me more. This is literally it. Awesome. Okay, so are you familiar at all with 21 Day Fix and Shakeology? That's it. That's it. I'm not telling them more yet. I'm asking them, what do they know? I want to know what they know before I start telling them stuff. And again, these like scripts, like awesome, are you familiar? Like I have it in my phone, in my notes. So all I'm doing is just copying and paste this in. 80% of your people who say they're interested, you can use this response to reply. Save time and have this stuff ready to go. So I'll be like, awesome. Okay, are you familiar at all with 21 Day Fix and Shakeology? Then they'll come back and say yes or no. Okay. Again, short, easy, quick, to the point. Okay, let's come over here. Fortune is in the follow-up. All right, before I read to you this, people don't care what you know until they know what you care or that you care. Asking questions allows you to get to know them. So maybe someone says, no, I'm not really familiar with it, or no, I don't know too much. This is what my response is. It's just two bunches. It's like two sentences, really. So it's a 21-day program, 30-minute workouts, but the best part's the nutrition plan, focuses on portions and right foods to eat, which is my biggest struggle, LOL. Lighten the mood. Say that, if food is your biggest struggle, let them know that, because now they can relate to you a little bit more. So I'll say something like that, and then boom, go back to your questions. What are your biggest struggles with weight loss, and what are your goals? Literally, when someone says, I'm not familiar with it, tell me more, this is all I'm telling them. Very minimal information. Again, they don't care. It doesn't matter what the ingredients are in Shakeology. It doesn't matter that it's on sale. None of that matters until they know that you care about them. How do you get to know them? You have to ask them questions. And here's the thing. When you ask, what are your biggest struggles with weight loss? And what are your goals? You're setting yourself up to tie in why the program, why Shakeology, and why the challenge group is going to be helpful to them. So when they tell you, I struggle with food, I struggle because I don't know what to eat, and I go, and I don't eat during the day, and then by the time I get home, I'm like crashing and burning and eating whatever available. Or they'll say, I have no time. I'm so busy, I have no time. Or they might say, I have no motivation. I need accountability and I don't have it. Okay, so if someone tells me that, they struggle with food, then I'm like, okay, then this program's perfect for you. And I know the struggle and it's real. And I make it light, but I'll be like, this program is perfect. And this is where you need to lead people. This is where you need to be confident, and you need to tell them this program is perfect for you because. And you'll know that it's perfect for them because you've asked the questions. See, you're leading with them and what's important to them. If you don't ask the questions, then you're going to say something like, oh my gosh, it's perfect because it's on sale this month. It's $20 off. It's on sale. Well, that's not about them at all. And that won't matter to them, and you won't close them, and they're not going to trust you to be in your group. But if you ask them questions, then you can lead with them and why this is important. If they tell you that they lack motivation and they need accountability, then you can tell them why the challenge group and having you as their coach is so important, because they're going to need to check into that group every single day. And there's going to be girls in there that are going to be doing the same thing. And you guys push each other and you motivate each other. And you as their coach will be looking for them to check in. And if they're MIA, you're going to message them and be like, what is going on? See, but you wouldn't know how to tie it back into them if you weren't asking the questions. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay, so you need to listen, these follow-ups, they're short and they're not about you. They're not about the program or the product. They're about them. That's the purpose. You're building a relationship. Okay, so then let's move on here. Okay, let me go back real quick. I want to, okay, so here's the other question. So I'll tell them, what is your biggest struggles with weight loss and what are your goals? I always ask those two questions because then, and normally I'll get a huge message back, and I'll, a lot of times people will share really personal stuff with them. And then a lot of times they'll say, I'm struggling with this and this is what's going on in my life, but I have this trip coming up and it's really important to me. And I've been following you for the past year and you just seem so motivating to me. See, when you are adding good content, adding good value, people are going to open up and they're going to tell you why they're having this conversation with you. They're going to open up and say you've been motivating to them, or they enjoy watching your story, or they enjoy your post. And this is building the relationship. Find out what are their goals, what is important to them, right? Because you want to know what's important to them, because a lot of times people are going to say, I want to, but I can't afford it right now. And then what you do is you validate that it's not cheap, tie back to their why and goals, right? And you wouldn't know their why. You wouldn't know what their goals are if you didn't ask, if you didn't have that conversation. That's why the questions are so important. But you tie it back to their why and their goals, and then you end it and assure them with the money back guarantee, and it's going to look like this. So this is exactly what I would put. I know it's definitely an investment and not cheap, but I also know you have a trip coming up in 4 months and losing weight is important to you. I know this because I've asked and we've talked. Not sure if this helps, but what if you commit this month to the program Shakeology in my group? Be laser focused. And if you don't get results, then I will personally help you get a full refund. And then I always put in parentheses, but I'm pretty positive that won't happen because in 21 days you'll feel and look so much better. That is a smiley face. I don't know what that BCC is. And then I'll say, would you be willing to commit knowing that? So it's like 4 groups of words. I know it's definitely not cheap, space, but I know tie back to their why. Bring it in with the money back guarantee group, and then would you be willing to commit knowing that? Okay, so you've had these conversations, you've been having the questions, the money objection's the biggest one for most people, and then this is it. Now you're going to have, you're going to have like two responses from this. They either truly cannot commit or they're going to find a way to make it happen. And this is you helping them overcome the money objection. See, a lot of people, when they hear, I want to, but I just can't afford it. Oh, okay, maybe next month, and then they let it go. No. If you've spent enough time to get to know these people and what's important to them and what their goals are, help them overcome this objection because they have envisioned themselves enough doing it because they've thought about why they can't afford it. So they've been thinking and seeing and they've thought, can I work this out? And then so they've considered it to that much and then they say they can't afford it. Well, now you as the pro, you need to help them overcome the money objection. So this will work for some, and for others, they'll just be like, I know I seriously want to, but I just cannot come up with the money. So then what do you do with those people? Well, that's when you might offer them a free 5-day group, or that's when you might tell them about Beachbody on Demand for free for 30 days. Or you might say, I totally get it, but I'm staying connected with you this month, and I'm checking in with you because that trip's coming, whether you do this group or not, and I want to help you as best I can. And that's where you're compassionate and you help people even if they're not in your group. And I mean, and I'm not saying invest tons and tons of time, but put them down on your list and check in with them once a week and see how they're doing and stay interested in them. And I guarantee it, they will come around eventually because they'll be watching your page. And what you'll do is you'll showcase your challengers and you'll showcase yourself and you'll do a great job of posting. And when that person's ready, they're gonna do it. And especially because you were kind and you stayed connected to them even when they didn't join your challenge group. And that kind of happened. So, okay, that's what I have for you guys. I'm going to stop the share. Okay, so I want to open it up for questions. Do you guys feel like you're pretty good at doing this? Are you not doing this? Do you have anything that you want to share or anything at all? Unmute yourself if you want to share or say anything. Anybody? No? Is this helpful, you guys? Does this help you at all? Like, I'm just going to hit unmute so that way I'm going to unmute all. Okay. Is this helpful to you guys to kind of see exactly what like maybe I would use and also tell you the reasoning behind it?
Super helpful.
Okay, good. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, okay, yes, I will. What I'll do is I'll put the recording of this video up, but I will also give you guys access to these slides. I'll post it right when we hang up. Take these scripts and put them in your phone, and so you can literally just copy and paste them and get the book, Get Go Pro, and read it. And go search YouTube, search Eric Worre on YouTube, and start listening to his stuff. If you guys need to go pro and you need to get better and develop these skills. Oh, awesome. Hope that was a great call. Okay, guys, well, that is what I have for you. 3 minutes over, but I hope this helps. Keep being consistent. Again, if you can develop these skills, and here's the other thing, emotionally detach from your inviting. Emotionally detach from the outcome. What you're doing is you're presenting the opportunity to them. You're inviting them. But whether they decide to come on now or not, it should not affect you emotionally because you know what you're doing is going to change lives. And whether they come on or not, you're doing this, and you're going to find your girls every single month to join you. And if you have that mentality, and you can emotionally detach from the outcome, then you won't come off as desperate. And when you are desperate, people run. They can feel that. When you have that desperation about you, and desperation comes from being an amateur and not learning these skills. Desperation comes from not being consistent, and so you're the last 48 hours of the month, and now you're trying to hit Success Club. Now you're desperate. Desperate is not having people to talk to, so you're hounding the same 10 people every single month because you refuse to keep adding friends and building relationships. When you're desperate, it comes off and people run. And so you've got to commit to going pro with this stuff. You've got to commit to becoming better. And that's personal development. So, all right, that's what I have for you. I will share with you guys the slides. Thank you, everybody, for getting on, and we will talk next week.